Hello guys, hello friends, welcome to my YouTube channel. In this video I'll be showing you how I designed this flyer in Photoshop. Of course, like previous videos, which everything is easy to understand, even for beginners and professionals, this wouldn't be any different from all of those ones. So if you've not subscribed to my channel, please kindly hit the subscribe button so that you miss any of the videos that I'll be dropping anytime from now. At the end of this video, we should be able to arrive at this together, right? Then again, if you've not subscribed, now is the right time to actually subscribe. Yeah, and turn on the notification so you miss anything I'll be dropping anytime from now. So without having to waste most of your time, let's get started. So the first thing you need to do is go over to File and click on New. Right. And make all those necessary changes to it. So the first thing I'm going to do is click on this. I'm going to delete this. I have a blank layer here like this. So click on this and select solid color, just like this, and click OK. Right. So the color I used is just white. So in case you didn't see it, I'm just going to do that one more time again. So what I did was I went to solid color and I selected this color. So the code is FFFF6Fs, and that's all. Right, I'm going to delete one. I'm just going to make use of one. So the first thing you need to do is go over to your pen to make sure it is set to shape. Right, and you're just going to do this. Still on the pen tool, just click on this point to add an extra anchor point to it. Right, so add it and go over to your direct selection tool. Click on this part here, this one, and move it upwards like this. Then I can start clicking on each of the anchor points to modify them, just to suit my purpose or the purpose of this particular design. Click on this part too and bring it down here like this. Stretch this out and even work on click on it back, click on this part and click here to bring it down slightly, just like this. Yeah, so I haven't done that. I'm going to make a duplicate copy of this, Ctrl J, and I'm going to bring it downwards here like this. I'm going to change the color. Now this might not be the final color, I'm just doing test. So I see the one that comes out well. I'm going to move it upwards because it's slightly behind the blue. Right, okay, so I might need to change this color like I said. So double click on the thumbnail and bring it downwards, so I have something that looks more like an orange kind of color. Let me say in between orange and the yellow. So I'm going to settle with this. Right, great. So having done this, I'm going over to my ellipse tool and I'm going to draw. Okay, I feel there's a problem with this. Yeah, there's a problem. So he added it to that blue, so we don't want that actually. Right, so Ctrl Z and go to a new layer. So when you go to the new layer, go to your ellipse back, select the ellipse tool, and holding down, draw a perfect circle like this. Double click on the thumbnail, select this color. Yeah, that's what I'm using. Right, so I'm going to make a duplicate copy of this, Ctrl J, and I'm going to change the color. But before I do that, hold down Alt key while you reduce this to bring it inside like this. Double click on the thumbnail and select the same color that you used here and click OK like this. Right, great. Use your arrow key to just move it upwards like that. So I might want to make a couple of adjustments to this particular shape. So click on the direct selection to click on this anchor point, and I'm going to bring this down. You can use your arrow keys to bring it down too. And click on this one, and I'm going to take this up. So this is a exactly how I like it. Yeah, great. So I'm going over to bring in my first element for this design. Then again, the resource file I use for this design, like this picture, is in the description of this video. So click on the link that takes you to where to download all these things from. Right, now you can bring it in using your place embedded, but me, I like dragging and dropping just to save my time. But if you're using a Windows 11, it might not work that way, so you might have to use your place embedded. So I'm going to drag this all down to the second layer, and I'm going to leave it here like this, exactly like this. Clicking on the mask, I'm going to select my brush, and I'm simply going to use the soft round brush, and yeah, soft round brush. I'm going to change the size here to 300. Looks small, so I'm going to change the size again. Let's say 700. Good, I think 700 is the right place to be. So I like leaving the flow of my brush at 78 to 80. Anything between 70 and 80 works best for me. And I'm just going to use that to conceal these areas here like this, conceal these areas here like this, and reduce the flow and revert that, and I'm just going to conceal these areas also, just like this, so I can have room for my text to actually stay without having to see all those images that are glaring at the background. Right, so I'm going to select all of this and move this downwards and click enter when I'm done. I'm going to position this also well here like this, just this way, and then okay, I think this is nice. This looks appropriate the way it is here. So the next thing I'm going to do is I might want to increase this one in size well, so I'm going to bump this up like this and move this one in place here. Okay, move this one in place well, just like this. Okay, so the next thing I want to do is go over to my type tool, and then I'm going to select my text. So I'm going to use intro inline. Intro inline. Okay, yeah, so this is intro inline, so I'm just going to select it. So in order for us not to waste too much time here, okay, so I'll just set this to 18 because I need a bigger size of the font, and move this in place here. So I'll just type what I want to type with this, which is career, and I'm going to put this here, duplicate this, and I'm going to type this also, seminar. So I'm just going to speed this up so I would save time. Okay, so I have all my texts where I'm supposed to have them nicely arranged. So you can take your time also to do the same thing too with all of these things that I've done here. So what I want to do next is I'm just going to go ahead and select this, hold down shift and Ctrl G. Okay, select this and group all of this together, and I'm just going to name it info. Just info like this, and I'm going to move it to the side just like this, and double click on this thumbnail. I need to make it a little bit darker, so I'm just putting it like this. Click OK, select this one, double click on the thumbnail, and I'm going to use the same color that I used here. Select this, and I'm just going to click OK. Click OK like this. Okay, so I just would decide to want to make adjustment to this image, so I'm just going to make it big like this, so it covers all these areas here like this. Then I'm clicking on this one from this place to this point. I'm going to group them, and I'm going to name this one's info 2, or better still info 1, since the other one is just info, so this would be info 1. I'm going to click on this, and I'm going to add some extra effect to it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to right click and click on the blending mode here, and inside blending mode I'm just going to click on drop shadow like this, move this aside, and I'm just going to put this one here. Just copy my settings so we are on the same page. So I'm going to put the size like this, and then I'm going to use the opacity just like this. The size stays this way, and you have it just like this. And when you're done, just click OK like this, and there you go, nicely attached to the ellipse tool. So next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in the logo, drag and drop as usual. If you are using Windows 11, please use Place Embedded. make sure you can actually zoom out and zoom in to maintain perfect control over your interface, just the way I'm doing like this. So the next thing I'm going to want to do is go over to my resource file and bring in this next element here. I'm just going to be using this non-destructively, so I'm going to make it bigger, move it in place, and click on blend mode, and I'm changing it to, well, not overlay, I'm putting it on screen, right? So having done that, I'm going over to hue and saturation, and I'll make sure I clip it. So right click on the hue and saturation and create clip mask. So clipping it means it's just going to affect only that image I just brought in. So on the hue and saturation, click on colorize and increase the saturation to 100 and drag it all the way down to blue and reduce the lightness. So when you do this, click on the mask like this, click on the brush, and if your cap lock is on, kindly turn it off. With my flow at 27, I'm just slightly going to remove all these parts here like this, come under this part here, and I'm going to remove all these other ones here too, and reduce my opacity and put it at 61, just like this, and 57 looks nice, right? And okay, I think we're good to go like this. I'm going to make some adjustments to this image, so you can copy my settings. I'm just going to make this adjustment so that the image appears to be punchy, and you know, when they say make it pop, this is what it means. So increasing my texture, my clarity, and I'm going to go over to also okay, I think my work is done here. Go over to detail, and I'm going to increase my sharpening to around 23, and that's all. So before and after, you can see how sharp and how popped the image looks now. So all this makes a difference when you're designing your flyers, your posters, and even in your compositioning. So I'll go on and bring in my last image, which is this guy here, this one. So I'm just going to drag it all the way up, right, like this, and I'm going to mask this. Select my brush and increase the flow to like 83, and I'm going to conceal all these regions here like this, and also like this too, yeah, and my opacity, reduce it to 40, let's say 18. Let me see. Okay, I think this is good. And conceal these areas. I'm just going to leave it somewhere here, like this. Okay, so I'm just going to use my text to type out some extra information that I'll be adding here, like this. Alright, so there you have it, and this brings us to the end of this tutorial session. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you enjoyed it, kindly click on the subscribe button, and don't forget to turn on post notification, and don't forget to also like and share this video. Sharing is nice. I'll see you in the next video.